Mali's army is deploying towards a northern separatist rebel stronghold, in a high-risk operation which could foreshadow a wide-scale confrontation and prove a turning point after a decade of conflict. A large Malian army convoy left the city of Gao on Monday headed towards the northern Kidal region. It is reportedly to go first to the localities of Tessalit and Agelik north of the town of Kidal to take over camps being vacated by departing troops of the UN Stabilization Force. The UN mission has been pushed out by the ruling junta and has been handing over its camps to Malian authorities. The handover, which began with the camp at Bur in mid-August, is a prime factor in a recent resumption of hostilities by the separatists. Against the backdrop of numerous armed groups vying for control, the separatists claim the UN sites should be returned to them. The Coordination of Azawad Movements, CMA, an alliance of predominantly Tuareg groups seeking autonomy or independence from the Malian state, has carried out a series of attacks on army positions since the Bur operation. Its fighters are now regrouping in the Kidal region. The desert region of Kidal is the historic center of rebellions by the predominantly Tuareg separatists. Uprisings by the nomadic, marginalized group have rocked Mali since independence from France in 1960. The army suffered several humiliating defeats by the separatists between 2012 and 2014. The fact that Kidal is still controlled by the rebels remains a source of irritation for the junta, who seized power in 2020. Re-establishing state control across the whole country is one of its main messages. When the rebels, both separatists and Salafists, rose up in northern Mali in 2012, quickly followed by jihadists, the army had around 12,000 men, according to a 2013 French parliamentary report. After 10 years of French and European followed by Russian military assistance, its numbers grew to around 40,000. Several hundred members of Russia's private paramilitary Wagner group are believed to be in Mali, enough to convince the junta to again take on the rebels, according to a Western diplomat. But the contingent is not enough to take back control of a country already under pressure from a jihadist insurgency. The Malian forces' strategic problem is their lack of resources, Jonathan Guiffard, an expert associated with the Independent Institute Montaigne think tank in Paris, said.